So, coming right off of the Roblox Classic event, and this being the only other Five Nights at Freddy's series by the pals that I haven't covered— no, not that one. I decided to dip my toes into what they called Five Nights at Roblox. I mean, Roblox is what kept the pals so popular back in the day, so this has to be their best one yet, right? Well, I'll say one thing, it sure is a bit different.
Girls don't poop.
Yeah, they do. I get Chica to poop in boxes for me so I can smell it later, remember?
For a quick refresher on the pals, this immensely popular channel was a group of friends that made Roblox and Minecraft content back in 2012 to 2019. The main members at the time of their popular FNAF Roleplay series were Dennis, Alex, Coral, and Sub, who were all prominently featured as a group. Back then, they used to get a lot of attention from doing roleplays, both in Roblox and Minecraft, but their FNAF roleplays were amongst their most popular. Unlike their Minecraft series, which focused much more on a linear reimagining of the events from the game, at least from what they had so far, this one has each episode focus on a central problem or issue that's resolved and quickly forgotten about in the next. I'm serious, there really is barely a tangible story to grab onto. The characters here also act a lot like their counterparts from the Freddy Fazbear Origin series, or at least you'd think more so with the very first episode. The pilot essentially just boils down to all four of them just going around the pizzeria as their respective animatronics, just kinda doing things.
Let's play a little game called Do Your Jobs and Make Some Pizza.
Oh, I hate that game. I hate that game so much.
Okay, well, you can hate it as much as you want, but that's not gonna help anything, okay? That's not gonna help anything. You're just making me more angry.
No, you're making me angry now. What's going on, guys?
Moving on from that, we get to the actual start of the series. Unlike the pilot, which had Dennis star as Freddy, Dennis is just beginning his first few shifts as the night guard working at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. Here he runs into Chica and Foxy, where it seems that some event took place that caused both Freddy and Bonnie to leave the pizzeria for good. That's when Golden Freddy suddenly shows up and chases both Dennis and Foxy for like an entire episode. When he and Purple Guy, for some reason, finally snatch them, they're taken to a strange warehouse or factory. I don't know, it's the one from Five Nights at Candy's too. Here they meet up with Phantom Bonnie right before Dennis just wakes up. This whole thing was a dream, which means that I kind of just waste my time talking about it. Well, at least it's not all in vain. We learn that the event that split the animatronic band up all hinges on a love quadrangle between Bonnie, Golden Freddy, and Foxy all trying to get with Chica. It seems like Golden Freddy and Chica were an item for a while and are mentioned to be engaged. While both Bonnie and Foxy also tried to get with her during this time, it's not greatly explained, I'm not really sure. For the first couple of episodes, Bonnie doesn't even make an appearance, and I'm pretty sure Freddy was just written out of the story completely and replaced with Golden Freddy, because there's literally not a single mention of him being important besides these few seconds of him in the very first episode.
You see, so here's the two other animatronic. There's Bonnie and there's Freddy. So where did they go?
Okay, I don't know. We don't really talk about that. It was kind of this big ordeal, kind of we just move on with our lives now.
Really?
Anyway, the first half of the series is more focused on these character dynamics and trying to repair Bonnie and Foxy's relationship, with Chica just kind of being there. Good thing too, because the series is filled, and I mean filled, with one-note side characters. The very first one to appear goes under the name Purple Frodo.
What's your name? Purple Frodo. Okay, I'm gonna call you. Purple Frodo. Okay, I'm gonna call you Frodo.
Hey, Frodo.
Foxy allows him to audition for a place in the band, but his performance is, well, lackluster. There's also a character named Mr. Flibble, who forces Dennis and Chica to act out a heartstring-pulling romantic play.
She's coming back. Keep resurrecting her with your love.
It's just, I loved you so much that I went and I bought you. I bought you everything you've ever wanted.
Then there's Phantom Bonnie, like I mentioned before, Mr. Bimbop, Lucio, which, yes, is literally the Overwatch character, Moot, Manny, El Pigo, there's so many. To the point where many of the episodes are directly influenced by whoever appears through those front doors. A good example of this is in episode 9, which involves the animatronics trying to increase their scare factor, as they are as intimidating as, as they look. Good God. And where better of a place to go than Fazbear's Fright? Of course, here they meet up with Springtrap, who tries to help them get a little more menacing. However, this is put to a halt when, the goat, Mr. Bimbop, shows up and begins his health inspection over the horror attraction.
What were you, bro?
It's the health inspector, Mr.
I came as fast as I
Bimbop.
could. I have this whole place bugged, and I heard that someone left the oven on.
Then I think Balloon Boy shows up or something. I don't know. This whole episode starts kind of going off the rails a little bit.
Oh god.
Wait,
Oh no.
Oh no, man.
Oh
you guys
god.
are all stuck
We're
to
all
the
stuck
ceiling.
on the roof.
After this, we meet the, what I like to call the halfway mark of the series, as the story from then on goes in a slightly different direction. And by that I mean their small semblance of a story gets pushed to the side for the introductions of even more side characters. Besides the return of Mr. Bimbop, there's Maltese, Big Tony, a few actual FNAF characters, and of course, Corey Patrice Maurice. You can kind of tell these names are made up on the spot. All of these characters and a lot more I didn't mention are played by one of the pals, and most of the time don't even really do anything significant, like at all. Besides Mr. Bimbop, of course, he steals the show.
How am I ever gonna do my health and safety until I just stop here?
The love quadrangle, if that's even really a word, that started this whole thing slowly disappears over time, as Golden Freddy isn't even relevant after like the 3rd episode, and it seems that Foxy and Chica are just an established couple now. Even though I swear they really weren't even on good terms like not too long ago.
Foxy, you're
I'll
really...
take you to see any movie you want. I'll
you're
pay
being
for
real
you.
creepy. Okay, she just
You can't hide
merged
from
into
me.
the darkness.
I know you're in there.
Okay, don't go into the stall with
not-
her,
okay.
Foxy.
Because of this, Bonnie doesn't really do a whole lot, and is kind of sidelined for literally any other character that appears here. What really happens is more so just Foxy trying to deal with both the Mafia or his batshit insane family members. Yeah, I think it's supposed to all play into this idea of evil animatronics called the Animatronic Army, who were produced in this factory that the pals visit quite a bit in the series. Hey, don't look at me, I'm trying. This is like the only actual backstory we ever get for, like, anything. And with Foxy's family, it's just kind of strange in general. Like, one time, both Bonnie and Dennis visited Foxy's uncle's lakeside cabin, which ended up with Bonnie's face getting cut clean off. Which is also completely fine after the next episode, no weird 3-face thing going on here, like, at all. Or like when Foxy's Aunt Chica, named Aunt Heidi, actually ends up murdering Uncle Foxy at his newly purchased pizzeria, and then she later dies of a heart attack. Another thing you've probably noticed is that the animatronic designs and pizzerias get a pretty drastic stylistic change. This is mainly due to the Roblox world they play on, named Animatronic World, getting a graphical update between episodes. Which, that thing is a whole nother topic in of itself. But regarding the series, it leaves the characters with much better designs. I'm not even really sure what everybody saw in Chica in the first place. In episode 8, probably being one of my favorites, the animatronics kick Dennis out of the pizzeria because they think he's too inexperienced, even though nobody does like anything here. So he ends up at a different location, which holds these sort of bootleg animatronics, being Moot, Manny, and El Pigo. They're all a little weird, so Dennis ends up going back. They end up going back to the bootleg animatronics pizzeria because members of the mob begin to visit, specifically looking for Foxy. This begins a sort of new era for this series where a bunch of different shit happens. Like the marionette appearing for like 15 seconds before never being seen ever again. Foxy essentially kills someone by winning a court case. Nightmare Freddy wants them to donate blood. Bonnie and Dennis start dating. You know, just your average run-of-the-mill FNAF roleplay stuff.
You know what, Bonnie? Do you want to fall in love with each other so that we can experience that same cuteness and romance?
Do you know what, Dennis? The security guard? Yes, I do.
There's also one with a character named Mr. Greenhair. The animatronics think that buying a clown to entertain them for the day will make them a bit happier, but his performance, it kinda sucks.
I want to do a balloon animal. All right, I'll go in the corner and do it. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay. And are you ready? Are you ready? It's a nut.
Wow! It's just a...
Wow! Yep, it's a walnut.
It's a walnut. Oh.
So they all decide to knock him out, of course, as they're all lacking in the cash department, but he wakes up after having a nightmare about the character named Nightmare. This is when Dennis also sees him after leaving the pizzeria, but soon realizes that it was all a nightmare. See what I mean? Not much really happens here. I started to get kind of bored in all honesty. Good thing too, because this all eventually culminates in the series' last few episodes, which, trust me, don't spare any expense in all the confusion. After returning to what they call the mobsters hangout at the factory, Foxy splits up and gets attacked by Nightmare Freddy, as he somehow escaped the pizzeria after being killed and used to power the location. However, this factory is for some reason slowly making each animatronic either deactivate or black out entirely.
That's why...
Well, perhaps.
Bonnie?
Leading to every single one of them forgetting the reason they even came there in the first place. So they go back to the pizzeria, where we finally get to see Frodo again, who's back after only being featured in the first episode. Here, he's forcing the animatronics to dance on stage, likely out of revenge for kicking him out originally.
Frodo. That's not fair. Okay, well, good luck in life. Bye.
Oh, wow.
In the next episode, being the very last one, we learn that Frodo had made himself the new boss here. Not really sure how. And Dennis finally takes off the Freddy suit he's been wearing for like the last 5 episodes. Oh, yeah, there's another episode here where he has to wear it because Dennis went undercover in the mobster's hangout spot with Bonnie to get the mafia off of Foxy's tail. You know, of course. Don't worry though, something tells me he'll put it on again later. After Nightmare Balloon Boy, a college professor, starts to begin his English lecture, yeah, Corey Patrice Maurice shows up and says that he's looking for his dad.
His name is That Cash Money. He's a rapper.
The Cash Money?
Yeah, his name's it's That Cash Money.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
I don't know where you went.
However, when his dad actually shows up, he tells his son to go beat up Dennis.
I love you too, son. Now beat the crap out of this
Wait,
guy.
no, wait. Whoa,
Here I
whoa,
come.
wait.
You better run. Yeah, take that right in the face.
This quite literally results in his death, but Chica is able to put him into a Freddy Fazbear animatronic suit that he now permanently inhabits. Was this just a way to make Dennis Freddy Fazbear for a new season? You're probably right, but who knows, because this is the very last episode. Yup, that's it. Well, actually not really. The pals actually did release 2 unrelated sister location roleplay videos, which seem much more in line with their Roblox Adventures series. They both take place in animatronic world, but Dennis hadn't been a security guard here, turned into Freddy Fazbear, and the sister location characters don't really have anything going on. It's more so just Sketch and Dennis running around a pizzeria while being chased by Funtime Freddy and Ballora. And even more surprisingly, the follow-up video to this has them both disguised as animatronics infiltrating the same pizzeria. Like I said before, nothing really of note happens here either. It's kind of funny how they never really knew what Sister Location was all about, coming directly from their Fallout-inspired Minecraft roleplay series. This whole series in of itself is just so strange to me. Honestly, I think this was something that was much more of an afterthought compared to their other 2 Minecraft FNAF roleplays. Especially since these were all being made roughly around the same time, with a large period of time on their channel dedicated solely to these roleplays. Sometimes it definitely feels like they just hit the record button, improvised the entire thing, and uploaded it not too long after. I mean, hey, I respect it. It's kind of funny looking back on it, since after this they essentially went full force with their Roblox content instead of anything really related to Five Nights at Freddy's. Which, I'll be honest, is a little sad. I certainly enjoyed a lot of what they had to offer back then and can even appreciate it now. Even though I'll be honest, I'm not a very big fan of this specific series. Well, of course, besides Mr. Bimbop, he's a national treasure.
Well, you know what? That's good. I'm glad you got your medical degree. If you actually got one.
Thank you very much. Yeah, no, I did. I spent 8 years. It went by fast, really fast.
Yeah.
I didn't buy it on Amazon, not at all. No. Why would you ask that?
Well,
I didn't ask that.
No one asked that.
Okay. Oh, sure. Yeah, pretend I said nothing. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay.
Alright.
Well, thank you, Mr. Bimbop.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure.
Geraldo
Bye.
Bimbop.
Bye, guys.
Bye.